Hi, welcome to Christy's Stampin' Spot. I'm Christy. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator here in the United States. I have a really pretty card. I'm going to be playing with the Tulips bundle, the flowering tulips. That is in both the mini catalog and it made it into our new annual catalog. So I'm so glad that you guys are here. I'm just clearing all that stuff, get ready. So let me go ahead and get started and turn you guys down. Yay! Okay, so this is the card that we're going to make today. And we're using the note cards, which I love our note cards. To make this really pretty tulips. So if you guys are not familiar with the tulips, they're in our January to June mini catalog. And remember, everything that's in this catalog is still available until June 30th. We'll probably at the beginning of June have a last chance sale because if you don't see it in the new annual catalog, it will be retiring. But until then, you can get the flowering tulips and the tulips dies as a bundle and save 10% because that is in the mini catalog. Now, both the dies and the stamp set are in the annual catalog, but they are not they're not a bundle, so you can't save 10. You can just get them separately, but they are still available after June 30th. They're just not at the 10% off. So if this is something that you've been wanting to get, definitely get it before the end of this fabulous catalog. So I have a friend that got these dies and was like, "What? There's so many of these tulip dies." There is quite a few, and let's get that out. Let me show you guys. So this is the stamp set, the flowering tulips. Isn't that pretty? They're gorgeous stamp sets with the floral images and the leaves. And then it has a Happy Mother's Day. No one deserves a happier birthday than you. Love you so much. Let today be the start of something new. Just thinking of you today. So those are lovely sentiments. And then the dies, there's a lot of dies. There's 17 dies. And I tried to split them apart. Here we go. So we have the dies that cut out our images. So they cut out the flower images. They go out. So when you stamp them, you can cut them out. And there's the little. I guess it could be grass. It could be like the edge of your flower, like at the top of the stem. I've seen somebody actually use it at the bottom too, to kind of make a lovely merge between the leaf and the stem, which is nice. And we do have, of course, two different size stems, a fatter stem and a really thin stem. We're actually going to use a thin one today, and I've cut it in half. And then we have two leaves dies, a big die and a little die. And those cut out, of course, the fat stem is cut out with the die, and then the two leaves also. So that's pretty awesome. They also have this really beautiful edge piece with the tulips. And when you're punching that, die cutting out, it does not cut completely free. So you'll want to make sure you're going to either need your paper snips or you're just going to have to cut it free because it just does the edge. And however thick you make it on this side is how big it is, right? So it just catches the image out. I found it was easier to just slip a piece of cardstock here so I can show you. That pretty. And they have it where they've cut like all the tops off with your paper snips, and then you can glue it up on top of a green so you have the stems, and then you can put the different colored flowers on the top. It's a really pretty. There's a couple of really, really pretty examples in the catalog. I'm pretty sure it's in the new catalog. They use it on a tag. It's so pretty. So pretty. But I also, let me show you the dies. So these are the dies that you need to make the flowers. And they have 3 different sizes dies. And then it has like the little V die and then the little inside inserts. So I've actually made a little cheat sheet that shows you how you do it. So these are the 3 different dies. Now, when you die cut them out, it does have a little bit of embossing on it. And I actually had to look in the catalog to see how Stampin' Up! Position them, especially with the littlest tulip one, because I think in the catalog it has it's like this is the top, right? Instead of where the opening is at the bottom, which I kept thinking that's how it went, but that's not how it goes. Well, I think it's however you like. But I did both. And for this one, you just need that and one of these. And then this one, if you want it fuller. So this one just has the single piece in this one. And then this one has a V and, as you can see, it's just a little bit. So you know what, maybe I should pull in. So this one cuts out that one. This one cuts out this one. This one cuts out this one. And luckily you have 3 of these because you need them for each of your flowers. You'll need lots of the middle ones. And then the V, there's only one of, but you can use it in both of these 2 flowers. Like I said, you don't, depending on how full you want it, you don't really need the V in the second flower. But it looks pretty, I think, especially if you want to do multiple colors. So of course, this is the Blackberry Bliss that I've cut it out in. And then this is actually the New Horizons paper, which actually we're going to use to make our tulips today. So let me show you. I did cut out some in, let me move all this stuff out of the way so you can see it. That way. Set that aside. Oh my gosh, the new catalog, guys. So awesome. So awesome. There's so many beautiful things in the catalog. Okay, so I have my orange ones. Okay, so when you put these together, I just wanted to show you guys what it looks like when you're putting them together so that you can see, because it can be a little bit intimidating. So I went ahead and I wanted to mention too, like I use the on the Horizon Designer Series paper, and when you're doing that, make sure that when you're cutting it out, that you don't mind what color's on the inside, because with the green, it doesn't really matter with the other ones, but for this little one right here, because you only put one little piece fits in there, you can't really cover all the green, right? Because it's too dark. So make sure that, especially when you cut this one out, that you use a color that on the inside that you don't mind showing. The other ones you can basically cover up with the other pieces. So like for this one, they have, like I said, they're embossed. So not only are they embossed, but they also have the score marks. And you just have to bend them to your score marks. And that's how you create the little thing. And then you put the little V in it. Cut it out. Here's some yellow. That in there. That. And you can use glue, or you can use, you can either put that behind there like that. See, look how pretty that is. So put glue dots on, or you can use a little bit of glue. If you have a little bit of glue, it takes a little while for it to dry, but then you can maneuver it a little bit better. I found with the glue dots, it was a little bit harder than the glue. So they both have different, things that make it good or not, and depending on how you want it to show. Or you can put this one in the front too. Just depends on how you want it to look. So a lot of these are trial by error. I would just say trial and error. Just put them together the way you like it, and see how it looks and how you like it. So that's with this one. It really does. It does actually need a third piece for this the tulip. Then for this one, I think this is my favorite. Bends right there, and look at it, it's very swoopy. I really like the swoopy. And then you can add just like that, which I think is really pretty just with the 2. Or if you want it more full, you can add another piece. And like I said, you can add it in the front or behind it, depending on how you want it to look, or you want the colors to be. But it's my favorite. I think I love this one. I would use this one all the time, I think. if I was to make a bunch of these, I think this is the flower I'd use. So, and then this is the little one. Again, like I said, make sure that you don't care what color's on the inside when you die cut this one out. And it's probably my least favorite because I always am not sure which way it goes. But again, it has the embossing on it, and then it just, on the score marks. So, and it goes, these are the top, right? The way they show it in the catalog is so that this open, the bigger, and they overlap right here at the top just a little bit, the two pieces. And then you would just put the one of these little pieces inside. And depending on where you want the color, whether you want it to go like all the way to the bottom or if you want it to go to the top. I don't know. I struggled with this little one. I didn't use it on today's project because it drove me nuts. You never get it exactly the way I like it. But again, it's, just play with them, cut some out, and play with them. The cardstock, it does do the embossing a lot stronger. On the thinner designer series paper, it's not as prominent, but it works fine. Like I said, see, you can still see it on the designer series paper, and it does fold. When you use designer series paper, it is lighter on your card. Plus, we have some really gorgeous designer series papers. There's one that comes with the Tulips set that's, of course, only available during this mini. These gorgeous Tulips papers. I love this. The clouds is my favorite. But beautiful tulips. But I'm actually using the On the Horizon, which did not make it. It's not going to be in the new mini catalog, or in the new annual catalog. And it is my favorite suite. I thought I had it marked, and then oh, here it is. I took it out. So I used this piece. This is the designer series paper that I used. I love it. I have so much of it. I have multiple packs. And this is actually the sheet that we're using today. And so this is the pink. It's got this pink wash. I really love this piece right here. So this is what I cut out. The petals that we're using today on this card is from this sheet, and then the inserts in the little V and the littlest piece, the V one and the little ones, I did on this side instead of this side. So just make sure you don't use this this piece here, because again, like I said on the one that's the little one, it will show both sides. You can't actually hide it. This one sheet, and I love this paper. Again, you get, I think it's 4 sheets of each, so you've got plenty in a pack. I love this designer series paper. It is so gorgeous. I have so many things. So I love when I was doing these tulips. Here is another example where I made with all 3, and I used the side that I didn't tear to cut out the leaves right here. And then I did, its colors are petal pink, or not petal pink, the polished pink, which is what I used for my extra cardstock. And then that's garden green is the color here. And on this one I used the new Parakeet Party, which is our new ink color, which I love. And then this is, of course, the scallops. This is the scallop contour die, their largest one. But so is this. The stitch scallop on the outside is also from the scallop contour dies. So, and I used the iridescent on both. So this piece right here, I wanted to show you guys this card just so you can see that is that little hatch mark piece that is here. So it's a really fun kind of, if you want to add a little bit of texture to any of your cards, that little hatch piece is cool because then you can see what's underneath. It's really pretty. It's nice. It's a nice card. Okay, so I've already gone ahead and cut all of the things to make this kind of a quick card. I know I'm coming on a Friday again, and it's late on Friday, but it's Mother's Day weekend. I hope everyone's got lots of stuff. My order, I made a big order. It's not going to be here till Monday. Sadly, I did not get overnight shipping. I probably should have, or 2-day, but I didn't. I was good, but because I have so many other pretty things I want to use. Pretty, oh my gosh! Even with those 2 colors, it's really striking. So this is a really great set of dies. And like I said, until the June 30th, you can get it as a bundle and save 10% when you get them. Okay, so we're also going to be using the note cards. So the card that I'm going to use today is a note card. I love note cards. They come in white and very vanilla. Get all this stuff out of the way and I'll show you. It's in the new catalog. Has everybody had a chance to go through the new catalog and look at all the awesome new things? There's so many beautiful things in that new catalog. So many pretty things. What did I do with the dies? I know it's just so much. I'm trying to do a better job of putting stuff away so it's not like so overwhelming. Oh my goodness. You guys should have seen when I was die cutting all these out. I had like them everywhere. It was wild. I'm a bit of a messy crafter. You guys really good at making it all lovely and pristine. Or are you messy like I am? I'm super messy. Super messy. I have to make sure I sweep my floor because every day, because otherwise there's just so much that gets underneath. It drives me nuts. Okay, if I drop something, then I can't get it because I'm not as good with the hand control after I broke my wrists. Who would have thought, right? I need to be a little bit better with that. Okay, so let me put those dies away. Those dies are so gorgeous. So gorgeous. And like I said, this is the piece of that paper that we're using. And that's the other card. I'm just going to put that behind me. It's out of the way. And then I showed you that suite. I love the suite. And again, it's only available until June 30th. It did not make it into the new catalog. But the new catalog is pretty awesome. Oh my gosh, it's so gorgeous. There's so much wonderful things in here. But if you guys, the scallop contour dies are in the back on page 174 where you guys can get those. And it's $35. You think, oh, that's a little pricey. Oh my gosh. It's a great investment. You need this for your stash because you do so many. Like I showed you, I used the big one. And then I'm actually using the little scalloped. And I think I left the scalloped. Did I leave it on my... What I did with my little scallop, the stitch scallop, I cut out more pieces. As you can see, it's right here, the scallop piece, and it's stitched, and that is what I used for this. And I know I have it somewhere. And of course, I set it down. Thought I got it back into where it goes. I guess I did not. I wonder what I did with it. Well, I'm going to have to look for that later, of course. But you can get these. These are really awesome. I'm glad I already die cut everything out. And I did find that when I was die cutting my all the little pieces from the tulip dies, which are right here in the new catalog, I could run those all through my mini cut and emboss. And they hopefully will be getting our magnetic plate for that soon. But I found that even without the magnetic plate, having those little pieces in that smaller space to go through the mini worked so much better. So I did die cut all those out on the mini. And then on page 190 or 137 is the note cards and envelopes. They're like $7 and you get 20 card front cards, actually cards and envelopes. And they come in a pack. So they are smaller, right? Because they're the 5 by 3.5, but they are mailable. And it is a thick whisper white, so that's really nice. So you don't have to put an extra layer in. Like I didn't put an extra layer on the inside for this one, but you can, of course, but I didn't because I had all the poof. I didn't need the extra weight. But it works. It's nice having that thick whisper white. I love having with thick whisper white for my card base. So that's really nice. But then they have the cute little matching envelopes. They're so fabulous. I love these. And again, like I said, you can get them in basic white or very vanilla. Just awesome. I can't believe I set that die down somewhere. But I love, oh gosh, there's so much awesome stuff in here. And now I can show you. I'll let you guys know if I'm going to go on and do a special catalog. I'm doing an in-person catalog thing in the end of the month. But I don't know what I'm doing yet. It should go on. My internet has not been that great. I need to maybe do some infrastructure and try to get better internet. But it's gorgeous. So these dies, they look like they're complicated, but they're really not. As you can see, I could put them together super easy, super quick. It's pretty fabulous. Okay. So for our card, you need to start with one card base, the basic white card base and envelope. Got all the stuff here. And again, they come like this, flat. You just fold them over. I do like to use my bone folder to make sure that it's nice and crisp. But it is already scored for you, so it's easy. You don't have to use your score for that. And then I have a piece of that beautiful, our new beautiful in color, the Parakeet Party. And this is the 4 3/4 by 3 1/4. And again, when I have this up on my my blog, I will have all that information will be up there. And then I have a piece of basic white, which is 2 1/2 by 4 1/2. And then I did cut, I used that stitched edge. You guys see how nice that stitched edge is? Let me see if I can make this a little bit. Let me pull it in just a little bit. It's got the stitch scallops, and I cut this at the 4 1/2, and it is 1 inch. So again, and just like with the other tulip dies where it doesn't cut out completely, you need to do 1 inch. And I actually, I just put it on the paper, and then I cut it down to 1 inch. But if you want, you could put 1 inch, use only 1 inch, and then put your use a piece of Post-it tape when you run it through to make sure you get your lines even. And that's just going to go, so you don't need a whole inch to go behind there, but we're just going to use our Stampin' Seal and just set that behind there like that. And it's just going to layer like that. And then we need a piece for our the inside, and a piece for right here. That's 1 inch. And like I said, I just cut up that piece of here is the piece of the On the Horizons paper. So I cut this piece off, and then I just use this piece to do all my little pieces for it. And then we need some little pieces. So we need 3 of the small green leaves. And I don't have my I've cleaned up too much. This is my box of things that I have. I don't know what I did with my green stem. Here's a big fat stem. I know is it still in this envelope? Don't see it. Might have to cut up another one of those stems, because I only see, I had a bunch of extras. As you guys see, I did a bunch of extras when I was playing. I don't see it in here, so I bet you I lost it. Nope, there it is. It's on the floor. I just must have breathed too heavy, and there it went. Like I said, I have to sweep my floor because things go flying. And then you need one of these, because I'm just going to cut it. I cut it in half and then use it to make my tulips. So you need one of those, and like I said, I'm going to cut that in half because I'm putting it on the side. And then I used my Label Me Fancy punch, and I just punched it a piece of the basic white out with my punch, and then I actually punched another one from that from my On the Horizon Designer Series paper. I'm going to cut that in half and add it to make the label frame for that. So it's pretty easy. It's going to go together relatively quick. Like I said, I made my 2 little flowers. Like I said, I used that one and the top one. I was not really that third little bitty one just gave me a lot of trouble. Okay, so, and then we're going to use the Just Thinking of You today. There is a nice little Mother's Day. On that other card, I did use the Happy Mother's Day. That's Sunday. So if you have the set, you can pull that out and make a Mother's Day card. But I'm going to use the Thinking of You and it fits really nicely on our Label Me Fancy punch, which is still in the catalog, which is awesome. Okay, so I'm just going to use a little bit of my Stampin' Seal to add my Parakeet Party. I love this. You guys have a favorite new in color? Oh, I don't know. They're all so pretty. Oops. They are, aren't they? They're so pretty. And then you're just going to put this in the center, middle. So used to using the glue. I thought maybe I wouldn't use the glue on this. It sounds like there's wind outside, but it's not wind. It is my swamp cooler. We have the swamp cooler up because we have 0 water. May is in Arizona our driest month of the year, and it's hot. It's like 90 something already outside. So it's very warm here in Arizona. Okay, so then I'm going to use my salmon seal again, and that's just to add this down the sides. Just make sure when you're adding this, you get it even. Pretty much how much you want to show. Could have just used the glue, but when I have my swamp cooler, it takes my glue a little bit longer to dry, and I tend to smear things. There we go. Look at that. Oh, nice. Lovely, lovely. Yeah, put that on there good. And then I'm just going to put that on. But before I put it on, I'm going to build first because I'm going to overlap my tulips, and I'm just going to use my scissor paper snips to cut it so it's smooth to my card front. So like I said, I've just got one of the parakeet party. I'm just going to cut that in half. I'm going to put one up at the top. Kind of lay it out first the way you want it to go. And then we know that this is going to go on the bottom. So we kind of know where we want, might be easier to see if I just did this. It's a little bit bigger, just so I know kind of where I want it to go before I glue these down. And I'm going to use my craft mat. I love using my silicone craft mat when I use my stamp and seal, especially on these littler pieces, because then the glue is on here and not on my work surface. So let's make sure. Maybe I need to make this a little bit. Now I need to go back out so I don't cut myself off. There we go. Okay. So, and then we have our 3 leaves. Love these leaves. Okay. Now you could have stamped them. I could have stamped the image on there, but I ended up not, because this has got, because the on the horizon is such a variation of color. I didn't think I needed it with the leaves. I thought maybe having a little bit that wasn't is probably better. So if you see, I kind of layered them. This one kind of goes off the page a little bit. And then I have one in the middle. So I kind of arrange it kind of first to see how you think you want it to go, and then you're going to glue them down, or use your favorite adhesive to get them down so that they're not. Well, you kind of know where it's all going. Then I want the bigger one at the top. And just like that. Now, if I wasn't live, I would have taken a photo, although that's kind of like this, so I know exactly how I want it to go. I'm just going to try to be careful to layer them the way I have that. So this one is the bottom. I'm going to again add my, and then if it gets too full, I just push it down. Okay, so this one, like I said, it kind of goes right here. And then I have this one. Like I said, I use my craft mat. Helps keep it. And if you've got some that come on the side, just make sure you rolled it down so it's not. Yeah, let's see. Kind of have it like that. And then this one goes on top. Like that. Yeah, that's close. And then this one. I think I tucked this one down underneath, but we can make it look like it does. It's the only thing. I'm trying to keep them in the, I forgot to roll it, didn't I? Pull this one off. There we go. Rolled it just a little. Make sure if you get a little extra, that glue. Now your eraser will take that glue off too. You get too much glue everywhere. And I get adhesive everywhere. It doesn't matter what I'm doing. That's fine. Oh, I did have that one overlap. Let's see. I can lift it. Oh, I can. I'll only put it on there just a little bit. Okay. There we go. And then the third, which I moved everything and then I lost it, didn't I? I'm sure you guys can see it. It's on camera. I drop it off the edge. Okay. There's my thing I put on top of it. Now, here's that. Holy cannoli. I just had it. What did I do with it? OMG. Should have realized. That's the only problem with that. There's lots of little pieces. You have to keep track of your little pieces. So, let's see. Did it go flying somewhere? I'm looking around. Oh, I found another stem. Boy, it was right here. How could it have gotten far? Couldn't have gotten too far, as it was here, as I just had it on there as a... Not wild. I lost the green piece. And I turned my fan off so it wouldn't blow things off my desk. Oh, here it is. I found it. I found another, I need my picotail. It has that lovely, that works so nice. Look at that. Look, I found another one that I dropped earlier. Alright, oh my gosh. Okay, here it is. Wow. That was like a moment of panic. I'm like, what? I just had it. Okay. And then, deep breath. Here we go. Put the seal on. And then I got seal on the side. Okay. And just kind of maneuver it. Like that. Muy bien. And then you can see how it goes off right there. And I'm just going to turn it over and just use my paper snips to make it flush. Just like that. And then that can be thrown away. Yay! There we go. Isn't that pretty? Oh, so lovely. So lovely. And then I'm going to use a Stampin' Dimensional to put the one flower on. And the other one I'm going to use a glue dot. Just like that. Oh, so pretty. And then a glue dot. Glue dots. And I'm going to use a couple of glue dots, I think, to put this one on. There we go. Oops, I need one more in the middle. At the bottom where it's going to attach to my... Did it come off? It did not. So does everyone have big plans? We went and saw the new Doctor Strange last night, which was very fun. My kids really enjoyed it. So did I. It was very good. Isn't that pretty? Oh, it's so pretty. Oh my gosh. So yeah, so I did have a little bit of difficulty, but I'm telling you, once you figure out how to use them, super easy. So it's actually not that hard to make them. You just need to not lose them in your space, or make a bunch and put them in a cup, which is what I was doing. There we go. Okay, so now I'm going to move my craft mat out of the way so I don't get my stuff into that. And I'm just going to use the black memento and that Just Thinking of You. Let's get it nice and inked. Like I said, I've already just punched this out, a basic white. And if you don't have, if you find that you're using your photopolymer and it's not coming out even, so that doesn't look that even. So it could be either two things. I'm going to try it again. I have an extra piece. It could be I needed to use my mat. What should I do with my mat? There's one right here. My Stampin' Pierce mat. Or I did ink one of these, and I think I grabbed the one that maybe I just inked. Oh, nope, looks like that's even. Let's see. Sometimes if you've just inked your ink pad up, re-inked it, oh yeah, that looks so much better. So you can see, just using how much better it looks with the mat. See, it's very uneven. So I can't tell if it's uneven because I just re-inked it, although I didn't do anything different, but it was probably because I was on a surface, even though I have extra mat. But man, using the Stampin' Pierce mat, and again, this is half of one, right? It's bigger. I don't know what I did with my big one, but I cut it in half because I use that much of that space. But it does look much better when you use the mat. You can get a much cleaner, even stamping when you use the mat with your photopolymer, which is pretty awesome. Okay, now we're going to do this lovely trick with, to give it edges. So this is a fun punch because it has like, you can do a little hole, or you can do a slit for your ribbon. If you've got like baker's twine, you need a hole. If you need a slit for ribbon, that works really nice to add that to your tag or whatever project you're doing. I rarely use them. I usually am using them for tags because I love this size of tag. But I also think that because the other label is a bit bigger, but all you have to do is stamp one in or punch one out in the color that you're using, and then just cut it in half. Again, add some stamping seal to the back on the edges there. And then just add it to your, you can use glue too if you want to make sure you get it nice. Look at that. Muy bien. That way it gives it a little bit of the edge of the color. You can, of course, also color your edges, but I kind of love the Designer Series paper. This DSP is gorgeous, and I love it so much. I want to make sure I get to use it as much as possible. So, of course, I want to use it on this. So pretty. Look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? And super quick and easy. And then we're going to use Stampin' Dimensionals. And this one's almost out. I love those edge pieces, but I like to save them for edge pieces. I'm just going to put them right here in the middle. Just need to. And then I'm going to add it on to my card front. I've got glue everywhere. With Stampin' Seal. So I'm going to make sure I've got my surface nice. And get it anywhere else. Yeah, it looks good. Oh, isn't that pretty? It's so pretty. And then you can just add it to our card front. Just like that. Oh, and look, I made it just a little bit too fluffy. So it goes off. So just lightly peel it. So I'm going to leave that off. And then I'm going to add this to my card front. So it's easier when it's really thick like this to use your glue. And then you glue your thing onto there. Okay, let's put this on. Doo-doo-doo. Get that nice and even. There we go. Now I will put this back on. Because I wanted it off, going off the page, but I didn't want it to go off the card. There we go. So then I just put it back on. So that way it is still even, so it can goes well into my envelope. Isn't that pretty? Oh, it's so pretty. I love the love note cards. And then usually I put them down the front if you want, or down the across the bottom. You totally can. I'm actually going to do that on the back. But I thought for the note card, I'm just going to put a piece. This is, if you want more pink, use the other side. I'm kind of loving the orange and yellow. So I'm going to put it on that side. Again, I'm going to use my Stampin' Seal. It's 1 inch by whatever this is, 5. 1 inch by 5. So it's going to go all the way across. And then I did not put, I'm going to leave a little bit of white showing on one edge, on the edge. Just a little bit of white. Look at that, isn't that pretty? You could, of course, make another one of these if you wanted to do scalloped edge and do it the other way, so the scallop's on the inside. Isn't that pretty? Oh, I love it. And then you can write whatever you want on the inside. I'm going to go ahead and leave that one blank because it's just for you, just thinking of you. And then I'm going to put a piece of this on the back. Like I said, I'll have all the measurements. Because I always say the measurements. It's so terrible. Like in my head, I think I'm saying it right. And then when I rewatch the replay, I'm like, oh my gosh, I said the wrong thing. And then I'm going to go ahead and do my Just Thinking for You. You know what? I'm going to use the Just For You on the back, which I almost never use these stamps. I'm going to use it this time because I think the flower looks pretty. There's also this limited edition, and this one actually has, well, maybe not, maybe I was thinking the flower would look pretty with this one. Yeah, let's go ahead and use the flower. And although there's Made with Love, that kind of matches. The Handcrafted from You, oh, that's the problem, is I have to think of what I want to use. Let's see, is this one too long? I need to pull out this one too long. Oh, no. Let's do that one. All right, I've changed my mind yet again. So I'm using the Handcrafted from the Heart, and it has the Stampin' Up! Logo. So when I'm usually doing it, I'm adding just the Stampin' Up! Copyright, and that is, again, from our new limited edition, which is in our new catalog. It's a red rubber. So it has that, and I love to add the copyright in the back. Not just because if you want to sell them, but because it kind of looks finished for me. For me, a card's like not completely done until it has its little copyright on the back. I don't know why I like your homework. It's not your homework, but isn't that pretty? Oh, it looks lovely. I might have to start doing some of the handcrafted because I like that. And make sure you put your photopolymer away. So I'm going to put this in here, or you can always leave it on the plastic where they can set like that so you can still see it's gone, or you can actually add it to your case. That's why I have those images there. That goes over top. It's super, oh, you can't see because of there you go. That Tulips. Love, love, love. Put that away. There we go. And then you can, of course, we could have added some of that designer series paper to our envelope. Or you can just stamp on it. And that's actually what I do, is I just did the Thinking of You that I just put away and forgot what I was doing. And let's do that. Let's do the tulip. I kind of did this one. And I need a little bit of this one. Actually, I need to change these. Like that. And then I do need the Thinking of You. I forgot about my envelope. And you should never forget about your envelope. You can totally do stuff on your envelope. And then I'm just going to use the black. You could get out your colors and use your colors. You can color these again with your blends. Just remember, it will bleed through. It can bleed through when you use your blends. So that gets set nice. Oh, so pretty. And then turn this around. And I had a piece. What did I do with my piece of scrap paper that I had out earlier? Because I'm going to go over. I know I'm going to. Then I'm going to just step off once. I know it's black, but I thought, ooh, it would look pretty with the black. Let's just add that. And then usually I have these covered so I don't have to worry about it. Right? Looks pretty. Then but I set my covered one aside. I guess I could have done it on my sheet, but I didn't. And then this one, I didn't press too hard. It was too quick to get off. So I'm going to fix it by stamping on top of it. Let's see. Nope. Need the other one. Here we go. Let's see how that looks. Doo-doo-doo. Oh, there we go. I fixed it. Let's add it. Ooh, that looks pretty. Oh, nice. Now it needs another one on the other side. And then again, you can color these if you want. Add color. Or you don't even need to. It looks pretty without the color. If you want. I didn't put the words on this one. On the other one I did. Just the other card. Let's get this over here in my out of the way. Before I lose all my pieces. And what did I do with the card envelope? Here it is right here. That one. So this one I just did it. I did add the words on the front. So I did not just put it on the back. That's what it looks like in the full strength. Almost needs the words now, huh, on the side. I'm thinking about it. I'm like, oh, I don't know if I want the words. I think it looks better with the words. All right, so let's make sure we get it in the right place. There we go. Nice! I do like it with the words. So very pretty. I love note cards. I love note cards. Isn't that gorgeous? Even in the black and white, you can color them too. There we go. Oh, those turned out so pretty. I just love that paper. And the paper is a bit moody, but man, even it does have some of that spring colors. You can, pick pieces of it and use pieces of it that actually is very spring, almost Eastery. Not pretty? Not gorgeous? Love. I hope you guys liked these cards. You can see I used the orange pieces, a little bit of yellow. Oh, it's so pretty. Worked out so pretty. I love those note cards. So let's see. Now, just to give you guys a little bit, the new catalog is out. Yay! So you can order. If there's anything you guys want, make sure you use the host code. I think I've got that really pretty teacup from the Tea Boutique is my thank you card. And then what's this month's? Oh, those glossy dots. The glossy dots are this month's special, are the glossy dots. So love, love, love. So you order from me the $50 or more, you will get the glossy dots with your thank you card. So love, love, love this. There's so much beautiful things. And if you don't have a demonstrator and you need a catalog, there will be, you can email me for a catalog. It'll be in the description of this video. Remember, Paper Pumpkin is right now until the 10th, and it's an in color Paper Pumpkin, which is really awesome. I love all the ink colors. It is a gray ink spot, so if you've already got your ink colors, don't worry. You're not going to get another ink color for that, but you will have all of those, exclusive products with the ink colors for this month's Paper Pumpkin. And again, you have till the 10th to order that, which is pretty awesome. And it is, of course, a card. It's a card set this time, which is awesome. We have our fabulous ink color starter kit. So once you go through the catalog and you find that your shopping list is way too long and you think you might need a discount, or you haven't purchased the ink colors and you want them, you can, if you join Stampin' Up!, and I'd love to have you on my Stampin' Lovelies team, you can get it at $66, I think $66.50 of ink color product free will be added to your starter kit, which is always the best deal because it's $99 for $125 of product that you choose. And it comes with free shipping and a sample Paper Pumpkin and catalogs. But you get that extra $66.50, which is all 5 ink color pads and a pack of designer series paper and of the ink colors and a pack of assorted cardstock. Oh, and the gorgeous grid paper. Now, my grid paper is not here yet. It's supposed to come on Monday. It's so exciting. I love my grid paper, but there's a brand new one that's in color, which is super nice. Plus, we have like logo merch. Make sure you check out the branded merch. And then I wanted to mention on my website, when you guys go on to my website, at the end of all of my blogs, and it'll be also in this video, I will have links to all the catalogs that are current, as well as my current host code specials, and all of the good things that are happening with Stampin' Up!, whether it's the paper pumpkin or that we can still get the All Together suite. So I'll have all that information. I have reorganized it on my website. So at the end of all my blogs, underneath my name, at the end of the blog, I will have like the three little links. And I'll also have those three little links on this video as well that you can click. That way you can always find out. So no matter when you view it or go to it, you can find all the current information so that you can always know what the goodies is. Oh, you know what? I forgot to add the bling. As I'm looking at this, I used iridescent rhinestones. Don't forget the bling. If you do, you can always go back, I guess, like I am now. I forgot to add the bling. I love these iridescent rhinestones. I'm so happy when they were in the new annual catalog. They're also in the June. There we go. I just added 3. I love these so much, so much. Look how pretty that is. Then brings those colors out. I didn't even remember that I wanted to make sure to do that. I get so excited. When you're doing these cards, sometimes you forget. There you go. Ah! So thank you guys so much for joining me. I hope you guys have a great Mother's Day and a fabulous weekend. Thank you so much. Have a good weekend. Bye, guys.